Hello LCCI family, my name is Jacob Favour and I'll be representing Anchor chapter for the baking competition. I'm going to be making a number 3 cake. You can actually use this recipe I'm about to use to make birthday cake, wedding cake, anniversary cake, and so on. So I'm going to be making use of 2 butters, and 2 butter is equivalent to 6 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, and 10 pieces of eggs. I'm going to be making use of 2 pans to make the number 3 cake. These are my pans. This is my baking powder. This is my vanilla flavor. This is my milk flavor, and here is my browning. After this stage, I'm going to be showing you how we are going to cover the cake. I'm going to be making use of fondant icing, but after now, I will show you the ingredients for fondant icing. This is my turning stick and my bowl. Now we are moving straight to mixing of the butter. I'm going to cream the butter now. This is my butter and this is my sugar. Now I'm about to add the sugar. Remember, 2 butter is equivalent to 2 cups of sugar. At this point, I will be needing someone to help me hold the plate. Our butter is almost creamed, and we are moving to the next stage now, which is adding of eggs. We are going to be adding our eggs bit by bit. I'm going to be putting 5 eggs first, then cream for a while before I add the second half. I have to turn it carefully so that the eggs in it will not splash. This is how it looks like after adding your eggs, but we are still mixing. So this is how it looks like after mixing the 5 eggs with it. So we are going to be adding the second half now. we have to mix for about 5 to 7 minutes again before moving to the next step. At this junction, we have successfully creamed our butter, and we are going to be adding all the liquid substances now. First off, we are going to be adding browning. This is browning just to color it a bit. Then our milk flavor. Then mix for a while. So we are done mixing all the liquid ingredients. Now we are going to be adding our baking powder to the flour. So we are going to be adding our baking powder now. We are going to be adding 1 teaspoon. Then mix properly. So after mixing it properly, we are going to mix the flour with the already creamed butter. Okay, before mixing the butter with the flour, I'll have to rub some butter in my pan so that I can easily remove the cake after baking. So I'm done applying butter in the pan. Now we are going to mix the butter and the flour together now. This is the final stage for the baking. I have to wash my hand first. I will be needing help here. Now just hold on, okay? Okay, this is how to mix it. Okay, this is how it looks like now. Okay, can you add a little flour? Okay, add again. Just one more. Thank you. You can go, thank you. Okay, we have finally mixed the flour and the butter together. So this is how the outcome looks like. Now we are going to put it in the pan before taking it to the oven. So Like I said earlier, we'll be making use of 2 pans to get the number 3 size cake. I have to level it. I have to level it again. Okay, this is our oven right here. We're going to leave it for like 30 minutes before we shake it. Our cake is ready. Okay. There you go. This is the outcome of our cake. Wow. It's neatly baked. So we are going to be removing it from the pan. It's a bit dark inside because there's no light, so we'll have to leave it for now to cool off before icing, because if we ice it immediately, the icing sugar might melt or it will remove after some time. So we'll have to leave it for some time to cool off very well before we ice it. So it's in the icing section that I'm going to show us how we'll get the number 3 from this round shape. Now that our cake is totally cool, this is the outcome. We are going to be moving to the next stage, which is the covering of the cake. We are going to be making a little butter icing. I'm going to be using this small butter to make butter icing. We'll first of all use that one to cover the cake too. We'll first of all rub that one on the cake before we cover it with the fondant icing. These are my ingredients for fondant icing. This is the icing sugar, 1 kg. This is the glucose gum. This is the gelatin. This is my CMC. Corn flour. This is the smoother, tracing wheel, and my comb for butter icing. These are the letters I'll be using to write on the cake. This is the rolling pin, and these are the plates I'll be using. Now I'll be adding the butter into the bowl. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm going to add the icing sugar, just a little quantity. Now we're going to stir properly. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of CMC. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of CMC inside my icing sugar. Okay, the water is already boiling, so I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of gelatin inside the cup. And 2 teaspoons of glucose gum. Okay, the water is already boiling, so I'll first off add a little water here and place the cup in the hot water and stir it properly. This is how it looks like. Now I'm going to add the glucose gum. So the glucose gum and the gelatin is properly mixed together. This is how it looks like. Now I'm going to add the mixed liquid inside the icing sugar. Now I'll be needing help here. I'll need someone to help me pour it inside carefully. Hold on first. Now pour a little. Hold on. Pour again. It's okay, it's okay. Add a little. Add again, just for everything. Let me bring it a bit closer to the camera. This is our icing sugar. Okay, I'm applying a little corn flour on my hand so that the icing sugar will not gum too much. This is the icing sugar. The icing sugar is properly mixed. This is the outcome. So I'm going to be putting it back into a ladle while I trim the cake. I'm returning it back into the icing sugar ladle. The essence of putting it in the ladle is to make sure that the icing sugar does not get dry before I finish trimming the cake. So we have gotten the first step on how to get the size 3 or shape 3 cake. Now this is the second stage. Yeah, these are number 3. This is the number 3. Now we are going to cover the cake so that the beauty will come out very well. First off, I'll clean this board first. Now I'm applying the butter icing on the cake, and the essence of this butter icing is to make the fondant icing stick to the cake properly. Okay, now I'm done with the icing sugar. So I'm going to be smoothing the icing sugar now. I'll first off apply some corn flour on the slab, and the essence of it is that so that the icing sugar will not stick to the surface whenever I want to remove it. Now I have to first off measure the cake, then measure the icing sugar to know the exact number of icing sugar I'm going to use to cover it. Okay, the length is 15 and the breadth is 7.5. Okay, the length is complete. this is the smoother. It's going to help us to smooth the cake properly. At this stage, I'm done covering the cake and we're going to be decorating it with some little touches of blue. I'll be using this to make the decoration. I've already mixed the blue color with the icing sugar, and I'll be using this thing to get my desired design shape. I've come to the end of the baking section, and this is our final result.